this session, let's learn about hash partition. Okay, the hash partitioning uses a hash key to distribute your rows evenly across the different partitions. Okay, example, if you give a column like a customer ID or a product ID to the hash algorithm, based on the value a hash key is created, and based on that hash key it distributes the data evenly across the different partitions. Okay, whenever the range partition or the list partition is not appropriate for you, those are the scenarios where you go for the hash partition. Okay, here in my example I am creating a hash partition based on the customer ID. Okay, based on the customer ID value a hash key is generated, and that hash key evenly distributes the data between these four partitions C1, C2, C3 and C4. Okay, I cannot decide which customer ID goes into which partition. Okay, Oracle will generate the hash key, and based on that hash key it will go into the appropriate partition. Okay, now let's go and create a hash partitioning table. So create table sales 3 customer ID number order date sales amount number region varchar2 of 10, and now I want to create a hash partition. It is by hash on which column? I want it on customer ID. Customer ID. Okay, and I want to divide it into 4 partitions. It can be any number of partitions. Okay, depending upon the size of your data. So depending upon the size of the data you can create so many number of partitions. If your data is too huge, maybe 10 partitions. If it is more bigger than that, then maybe 20. So it's all your call. Okay, so this is C1 partition, C2 partition, C3 partition, C4. Okay, close it and let me create it. So table sales 3 is created. Okay, so now let's insert some data. Sales 3 values 1 comma 12th January 2015 20 comma east, and insert the data and commit. Insert one more customer ID for the same east and insert another row for east. Insert another row for west and insert another row for west. Okay, that's enough. We inserted about 5 rows. Okay, let me query the table. Select star from sales 3. I run it and there are 5 rows. Can we say in which partition customer ID 5 is stored? No, right? Because we don't know. Depending upon the hash key, the data is stored in that partition. Okay, let's find out. Okay, let's see what are the rows stored in the partition C1. Okay, C1 and run it. No rows are stored in C1. Okay, so let's check C2. No rows are stored in C2. C3. Okay, couple of rows are stored in C3, and in C4 the remaining 3 rows are stored. Okay, so we have inserted totally 5 rows. 2 rows are inserted in partition C3 and 3 rows are inserted in partition C4. Okay, as we insert data, the data will be inserted in partition C1 and C2, but we cannot really control which customer ID is going to which partitions. Okay, it all depends upon the hash key generated from the customer ID. Okay.